You know, just when you thought the least loved son of Donald Trump couldn't feel more distant from that affection he so deeply desires, this happens. He flies all the way to Greenland only for his scam to get exposed in a matter of hours.
You were on the ground there. Did the people there that you spoke with and interacted with, did they seem interested in the idea of getting closer to the United States and maybe being liberated from Denmark, who's had control of Greenland for the last 200 years?
100%. I mean, honestly, I didn't see a single negative. I mean, we had crowds waving as we were landing. We went to restaurants, invited locals in. We went to the local bars. We went in there. We went to some of the cultural sites. Literally 100% positive from what I was able to see and experience. And again, these are people that feel they've been exploited. They have not been treated well by Denmark. They're prevented from utilizing the great natural resources that they have, whether that's coal, whether that's uranium, whether that's other rare earth minerals, whether that's gold and diamonds. It's really an incredible place. And these people are saying, we just want a better future for ourselves, and Denmark doesn't allow us to do anything. And beyond that, when we travel to Denmark, we're treated as second and third class citizens. It was really amazing.
As Donald Trump continues to tout his intent to acquire Greenland, he sent a MAGA contingent on a field trip intended to make Greenland look pro-Donald Trump. But, like many of his attempts in the past, it appears staged from the bottom up. Now I know what you're thinking. How could a trip with Don Jr. at the helm go so terribly wrong, right?
We have some huge breaking news right now. Denmark News is now reporting that Donald Trump's team bribed homeless and socially disadvantaged people with hotel dinners to play Trump supporters during a recent visit by Donald Trump Jr. and other MAGA allies. I wish I was making this up, but this is being directly reported by DR, a local Danish newspaper, and you have to know what they're saying. So the story begins by talking about how several Greenlanders appeared wearing red MAGA hats while posing with Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr. This is all translated, by the way. It goes on to say that all these people had to do was put on a cap and be in Trump's staff's video. They are being bribed, and it is deeply distasteful. Several employees at the restaurant confirmed that Donald Trump Jr.'s PR people walked around the street in front of the store and handed out MAGA caps while also inviting people to a free lunch. He also emphasized, though, that there was generally a broad cross-section of the population that attended the dinner, and there were confirmations that socially disadvantaged people attended the lunch at Donald Trump's expense. If true, this is an absolute bombshell. This is being reported by local Danish newspapers, and as soon as we get more information, I will provide it to you, so be sure to follow along to be the first to know.
Well, the trip alongside Charlie Kirk was initially met with opposition from Greenland's politicians, who slammed Don Jr.'s visit as a stunt to make the territory appear more open to US governance. The chair of Greenland's Parliamentary Foreign and Security Policy Committee told Politico, quote, "The territory wants its own independence and democracy," before warning the United States to, quote, "not invade the nation which is largely composed of indigenous tribes in light of its historical treatment of Alaska's indigenous population." But, you know, keeping with the Trump company tradition of fraud over facts, Don Jr. managed to humiliate his father even more by arranging a series of photos featuring Charlie Kirk and Greenlandic residents in MAGA hats. However, almost instantly, it was reported by Danish media that the MAGA cohort reportedly rounded up homeless people from the area, including one person from under a bridge, promising them a meal at a local hotel in exchange for their participation in the pro-Trump photo circuit. Videos of the trip quickly circulated on X, with the right-wing blue checks quick to describe the Greenlandic participants as MAGA-loving local residents, before several local sources that spoke with DR News described the photographed individuals as, quote, "homeless and socially disadvantaged people who are often outside the supermarket directly across from the hotel where the Trump event was held."
Well, I happen to be related to my son, and he's a real hunter, fisherman, and all the things that you love. And I thought it'd be great to go up there with his two very talented friends and the other group, a lot of other people. So I just want to say that it's a very special place. It needs security for itself, but it also needs security very much for the world. The location really, you see the people and the ships sailing around, and they're not the right ships, and they're not the ships you want to know about. So we need security, and our country needs it, and the whole world needs it.
Yes.
You're so strategically located.
Yeah.
So it's really imperative.
You are right.
I just want to thank everybody.
You guys like that, right?
Yeah, we're learning a lot. It's been great. Actually, incredibly beautiful place. The people are incredible. The welcome was spectacular. It's pretty amazing.
Well, that's great. Well, you go have a good time, everybody, and we're going to treat you well, and you know that. And just take care of yourselves. Thank you all very much.
See you soon.
Be good.
Thank you.
People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security.
Of course, everybody is interested in hearing what is Greenland's position. And Greenland is not for sale. Greenland will never be for sale. We're well aware of the importance that Greenland has, but we're not for sale, and it's not up to US to decide what's going to happen. It's up to the Greenlandic population. Greenland is not mega. Greenland is not going to be mega. I think the majority in Greenland, they find it quite scary, actually, and quite uncomfortable that there is so much focus on Greenland and that US is actually, in a disrespectful way, showing that they would like to be buying Greenland or controlling Greenland. That is not what the population in Greenland wants.
And here's the thing, right? As shameless as this is, it's not the first time they've done this. It's actually completely on brand with their cult leader's intent. As we all know, Trump HQ have been exposed for busing people into events in the past or having people pose as, quote, union members for Trump when in fact they weren't in the union at all. It's all a facade, right?
It's a healthy looking. That's nice. That's Thank you very much. Wow. I didn't know you'd be here. So the firefighters, I guess they haven't, every year for, 60, 70, some crazy number of years, they always automatically do the Democrats. And the rank and file said, we're not doing that.
Now, it's gotten so bad that even the local union in Scranton, fire union in Scranton, the number 60, local 60, under the International Firefighters Association, the International Association of Firefighters, the IAF Local 60, had to put up on their social media the following. This is on their Facebook. They basically said the following. Local 60 would like to address the rally held earlier today in Scranton for former President Trump and the office of the President of the United States. This is not a political post, rather a clarification. Multiple, all caps, citizens were seen with Scranton firefighters for Trump signs at today's rallies. It is noted that no member of Local 60 were carrying those signs, as the IAFF, the main union, has chosen not to endorse a candidate this election. We honor and respect each and every other person's political opinions. We just want to clarify that Local 60 has not endorsed a candidate. The signs were not a representation of Local 60, nor an endorsement of any candidate. And the president of the union went further. He emphatically said that the people holding those signs were not firefighters.
And also, can we spare a moment here at the end to bask in the irony of those very people who touted Donald Trump as the president of peace, falsely claiming that he had no conflicts during his first administration, now being the active cheerleaders for him to invade foreign territory?
Canada. At first I wanted it, and I tried to divide it into two states. And then I realized we'd be adding Montana, basically, for the Republicans, and electorally like a Texas for the Democrats. And I don't like that. But the fact that they don't want us to take them over makes me want to invade. I want to quench my imperialist thirst.
I mean, at least just come out and admit that you are a neocon and have been all along.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.